Welcome to Crave the Rave, a naughty podcast for old school ravers who need a fix of the rave. I'm Lady Bizarre.
And I'm Jess the Mess. On each episode, we'll be reminiscing over hilarious, embarrassing, and downright mental stories from our raver days.
Think trippy tales, fezzy fails, and stories from the sesh.
We've seen, heard, and done it all. And we bet you have too.
So join us for a trip down memory lane. Hello and welcome to Crave the Rave. We are back.
It's been a while.
We've been busy. We're sorry. It's overdue, but we're really, really excited to be back with another episode. I'm back in London. This is Lara and I'm with...
Me, Jess the Mess.
Jess the Mess.
But we're back. We're recording. Sorry about the long delay. We've been absolutely manic. I've been to Australia. Lara's been all around the world. She'll tell you all about that in a minute because she hasn't stopped banging on about it. And we have been busy people. Plus the summer's here and everyone knows that summer is fucking manic. So sorry people. Thank you for hanging in there. We're back and we're going to try and get some more episodes out, but we'll do the best we can basically.
We are going to do the best that we can, yeah. I'm about to, well, as Jessie said, I've been banging on about it, but I may as well give the update. I can't remember what the last thing I even said was about this, but basically I've got a new job and it involves being a tour leader and it means I have to go around all of Europe with a big group of people and I go on my first tour. It's a coach tour. I haven't actually watched the show, but apparently it's like Coach Trip. You've watched it, right?
I love Coach Trip. Brendan on Coach Trip is fucking brilliant. Coach Trip's amazing. I actually applied for it years ago. I wish I got on it because it's like the best shit reality TV. I don't know if it's still on now. I haven't seen it for a while, but yeah, Coach Trip's amazing. But I don't think it's going to be like Coach Trip, mate.
Oh,
Coach
really?
Trip is like, yeah, Coach Trip, they all vote each other off. There's like, there's like 20 guests, maybe not even that, maybe like 15 guests or something, and they all vote each other off each day and they get yellow cards and red cards. Like, I don't think you're going to be Brendan and that's going to be happening when you've got like 50 Australian old tourists around Europe. So you wish it was like Coach Trip, but I don't think it will be.
Someone literally said the other day, like, you are Brendan. And I was like, okay.
You're not Brendan, mate. I'm sorry. You're good, but you're not that good. Brendan's a little bald gay guy who is like really eccentric. He's very different to you. You're not Brendan. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. I just...
Who called you Brendan?
I can't remember.
Nah. They're delusional if they feel like calling you Brendan. The only thing that you and Brendan would have in similarities is that you're gay and that you're on a tour bus. That's about it.
I'm not gay.
I know, but you're
50-50. Best of both.
50-50. I think Brendan's probably gay. I don't think he's bi. I don't know. Who knows Brendan's sexuality? But he's quite a camp guy. Funny though, because he actually reminds me a bit of my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but my dad is a camp man, so yeah.
He's probably not bi though.
What, my dad? I don't think my dad's bi. I don't know, who knows? I think there's a lot more bi men out there than they probably would admit.
Yeah.
I think women are happier to come out as bi than men, but I think that there's probably a lot more bi men out there. But I also think that there's where men are camp, like my dad's camp. Ashley's quite camp. Like people I know, a lot of men I know around me are quite camp, but they're straight. But obviously it's all a big spectrum, isn't it? I can't believe we even got into the spectrum of queerness already. But I would say, I don't think you and Brendan have much in common, mate.
All right. Does Ashley know you call him camp, by the way?
He calls himself camp.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I didn't know if that was something that he was...
Yeah, he calls himself
into.
camp. He's happy to be camp.
Oh, cool. Nothing wrong with it.
I think it's a really nice thing. Like, he's a straight man. I don't know. Maybe he's, but I don't know. He's not someone. I don't think so.
I do not think so.
No, I don't think so. But I like the fact. I think there's something powerful and nice about a man that can call himself camp and not be worried about it, or a man that could put on makeup. Like, I remember there's one of our friends at uni, straight guy. He used to let us put makeup on his face, and he used to just forget to take it off and go out in it. And I used to think, good for you. That's actually quite manly to be able to own that and not be fussed about what people think about you. That is quite masculine in itself, even though you've got a dress and makeup on. The fact that you're not bothered is actually really attractive.
100% vulnerability, baby,
Yeah.
authenticity, baby, all that shit. Anyway, total sidetrack. But basically, the only theme that I have basically to offer to anyone right now is about my new job. And basically, Jesse's been rinsing me for the last couple of weeks because I have developed an amazing skill of basically twisting every single conversation and topic back around to my new job.
You know when you fancy someone really badly and then like every single thing you go, oh, that's what, diddle-a-la-la. Oh, diddle told me that. Oh, that diddle-a-la, diddle-a. I remember my sister used to do it with her ex-boyfriend. Fucking hell, she didn't stop banging on about him. That's what you're like with this new job. You literally keep going on and on about everything, no matter what the subject is or the topic is. You bring it back round to this job. I've been briefed on it as well as you have. I know exactly what's going down.
You could do it. You could
I
sit
can
out
do
tomorrow.
it, mate. But what's really funny is that you've got to learn facts, don't you, to tell the people on the trip. Can you give the listeners any interesting facts that you've learned? Interesting, please.
Oh, fuck. I mean, yeah, loads. I just can't remember any. One I do quite like, which is not like that wow, but there is 32 pods on the London Eye. Maybe a lot of people know this, but not everyone might. And they stand for each borough. There's 32 boroughs in London. And the reason it's called the London Eye is because when you get to the top, you can see all of London and all 32 boroughs from there.
No way! I didn't know that.
You're welcome. Tips in the jar, please.
That is interesting. That's very interesting.
Thank you very much. So yeah, don't ask me about any more, but I do have a few up my sleeve.
Oh, that is actually really interesting. You haven't told me that one, which I'm surprised at. But you remind me of my old housemate who, she worked in like the educational system. She was like a teacher that used to teach children that couldn't settle into schools. Interesting job, right? But she linked everything back to that job. But I would say, because I was living with her, so I'd say something that was completely unrelated to education. And I'd maybe say something like, I don't know, something completely random. And every single time she'd go, well, you know, that's why education is really important. And I go, what? How did you bloody link that? I mean, actually, you used to look at each other and every single thing, no matter what it was, she'd pause for a minute and go, well, that's why education's really important. Yeah, so I know it is, but I'm telling you how my day went, and I'm telling you something funny that happened, and I'm telling you something really random, and then you're coming back to the bloody education system every time. The poor girl had nothing about her, just the education system. Yeah, she had nothing else to say other than, yeah, that's the education system for you.
Fuck, so that's me now.
That's you now, mate. So can we get off the topic and move on?
Yeah, go on then. So yeah, next time that you hear from me, I will be reporting back from my first ever trip, which is, by the way, 24 days with 47 passengers, just me on a coach for 15
Where are you going?
countries. Everywhere from
15 countries?
15 countries.
Jeez.
Yeah. Some of them were just a flyby, like we go for like lunch in Luxembourg, or like we'll stop off in Ljubljana, which is the
But you don't
capital
fly
of
by.
Slovenia. Okay, coach by, drive by.
Drive by.
Anyway, yeah, so I'll let you know how all that pans out. Let's just hope, nobody dies, basically, because they're all kind of older, like 50 to even a couple of 80-year-olds. So, fingers crossed.
If they died, you put them in the hold of the coach.
What the fuck? No, I just have to. If someone dies, the instructions are call the office. That's it. Just call the office. Okay. Yeah.
What would the office say?
Just
strap them on the seatbelt and let them carry on till they get home. Pretend it's not happened.
It happened on a previous tour that someone just, like, in the hotel, they died in their sleep. Not on the coach. But yeah, it's awful. Anyway, depressing. But yeah, that's not going to happen to me, obviously.
Okay.
My chances are pretty good. 47 of them.
Well, fingers crossed that it goes all well then.
Yeah. Anyway, I know that we speak like every day, but what have you been up to? Tell us.
I've actually not really been up to much. I've been...
I feel like you're always busy.
I'm busy, mate. I'm busy. I'm mentally busy. But it's the same old grind, you know?
Right.
So we have booked field day for Saturday. And it's going to
Yes.
be our one rave of the year, and I'm fucking excited. I'm gutted that you can't come because you're in London, but it just happens to have fallen on the same bloody day as your first day as a tour guide.
Yeah. Yep, yep,
So
yep.
we've booked that as
Annoying.
some fun, going with my raving cousins, as I've always been raving, but I always go raving with them, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to a bit of like, just the freedom of a rave. Do you know what I mean? The no responsibility, just let your mind go, just let your body move, talk shit, love everybody. I just can't fucking wait for it. That's why raving's so important. And I think a day rave is like perfect. It's close to home and get back on one train. It finishes at a decent time. I'm not missing a night's sleep. Like, we're around our 40s now. I can't be missing a night's sleep. I can't. I know, like, Annie Mac is doing, like, daytime raves and loads of, loads of things are popping up because we want a party. We want a rave, but we can't fucking do it all day and all night. We're not 18 anymore. So this was, like,
Yeah.
perfect for us. There's another rave that's going on the other side of London, which some of our mates are going to. Same weekend. I thought, no, if this is techno, this is house, this is electronic music, and it's literally less than 10 miles away from our house. So let's go and fucking have that and have a good time. So I'm buzzing about that. I can't wait. So what are your views on day raves? We've been to quite a few together, haven't we? What do you think about them all?
Well, like I like the idea. I definitely like it's fun getting a bit messy in the day, definitely. And I like the idea of having the option to not start like super late because you know from the off that you're gonna be fucked the next day.
Yeah.
But I'm a night owl,
Yeah, you
you
are.
know? So like last night I went to bed at 3:30, the night before
Mad.
I think it was 3 or 4. Like I'm very used to that. So for me to start at like get up early, go out and start raving at like I don't know 12, that's fine if then we're going to go to an after party. But if we're
Yeah.
talking about going there, then raving our asses off until like whatever 10 they usually finish, and then just jump on the tube and go home,
You can't
that
do
to
it.
me is like a bit of a dead thing. A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, I just can't deal with that weird feeling of, okay, yeah, like super hype, and then just wah, like it's just feeling like you're getting on the tube as at the same time as like to go home at the same time as people are going out. For
Yeah.
me, I just struggle with that. Like I could go to an after party, stay till 2, 3 in the morning, then I'd be like, you know what? That was a very like complete experience. Not that I've ever done that and left an after party at 3 in the morning. But nowadays, that's probably more like how it would run.
Yeah,
But
whereas me and Ash have to
yeah.
be like, we are going home. Like, we are going home. No matter what anyone says to us, no matter what we get lured with, no matter what we get promised, we are going home. But I remember one time, me and Ashley went to a day rave. It was a day rave anyway. We got absolutely off our box. And then we had a ticket for a nightclub. I can't remember what, I think we were going Egg later on, a night in Egg or something, right? But we had like a bit of middle time in between.
Yeah.
And Catherine's brother was having a pop-up wine and cheese event in like East London. So she had said
Right.
to us earlier on in the day, come down like in between and like join us. So we did, but oh my God. So I know we'd been. We'd been at Tobacco Docks, I think like drum code, right? So proper dark techno, full on raving, right?
Yeah.
Douche, 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 bosh, 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 you can imagine, yeah? We leave there and we go on public transport, I think. And like, only like, I think we left at like 9 o'clock or something. I don't know. And then we went to this like, literally like a scene out of a middle class sitcom where everyone's sitting around. It was outside, but they're like little pretty tables with candles on and in this like courtyard. It was like a play of the middle class, and
Right,
everyone's
yeah.
like pretty much suited and like chinos and shirts and shoes, and they're all standing around and they're all talking politics and they're all having a chat about their favourite wine and their favourite regions of the. And me and Ash come in like off our faces, beaming to the nines, like frothing at the mouths, and we're like hello, and her family's all there and we're saying hello to them, and anyway we just couldn't, we're like down in the wine or whatever we can, go to the toilets, doing it, you know, and coming back out anyway. It was like literally like taking my brain out of one really extreme situation and plonking it into another, and I was like, my brain was like, I don't know what I feel of this, but we had to wait it out before we could then go to Egg, which opened at like, I don't know, midnight or something. Anyway, we left there. We had a good time, don't get me wrong. I mean, we were so fucked we would have enjoyed anything, but God knows what the other people thought of us, put it that way. And then we then went from there to Egg. I can't believe we did that. Or maybe we went Fire. Anyway, we went to a proper nightclub after. Fucking drained. Like, how we thought that was a good idea. But we also thought we didn't want to leave one club and be like, we wanted more. Because back in the day when we could really fucking rave, we were worried that we would want more rave. Why we bought a ticket and why we didn't just try our luck and get in somewhere if we fancied it. But because we bought a ticket, we had to go. And I remember thinking, I'm not up for this. And he was probably thinking the same, but none of us wanted to admit it to each other. Oh, we were meeting people. That was it. We had mates that we were meeting. So there was a plan to meet people to go out. And they gave us a fresh leak of life. But I don't think we did much longer once we actually got to the club, because we were absolutely brain dead and drained from the day rave. The day rave was enough, basically.
You just said a fresh leak of life, by the way.
Fresh leak of life.
You're joking. What, like the fucking vegetable leek?
Yeah, no, really joking. Lease of life. But no, it was just too much. And I think, like, I can't believe that we even thought that was a good idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, that was quite standard, like, when we were younger. Are you talking about, was this, like, later on? Oh, obviously, you'd met Ashley by then, so yeah.
Probably early 30s, I'd say.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah, because we would bounce from, we would do, like, 2 or 3. That would be, like, clubs would be the standard, wouldn't it? When we were,
but
early 20s,
I couldn't do that now, no way.
No, me neither. Well, I kind of did a little bit, didn't I? Carnival last year, that shocked me. I went Carnival...
Yeah.
Which is basically a day rave, basically. Then to a club, to Corsica Studios, then back to someone's house, then back to Carnival.
Yeah, that's old school. That's literally what we used to do. How you do that now, I don't know, mate. I'm going to be excited to get into bed, I think, after the festival.
Yeah, I hear ya. For me, it's just, exactly what you just said, though, about the, like, plonking yourself into a different situation. Like, it is such a fucking trip and a bit of a buzzkill. Like, getting on the tube and suddenly you're suddenly emerged like amongst all the sober people, or like just on a totally different wavelength. Because what's so magical about like a festival, for example, which is just one long 3, 4, 5 day rave or whatever, is like you're never ever the weirdo, because everyone's the weirdo. Like you're in a bubble where you can really do is say whatever you want, you can smoke whatever you want, you can do it's like it's just not the norm. You're in that safe space. It's such a fucking rude awakening and a slap in the face to suddenly be like, oh my God, there's there's like some grannies opposite, and then this person's feeding their baby, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and they don't want to hear you talk, and they don't want to hear you chat shit. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to give you eye contact. Also, you've now got some random bit of like fancy dress or something that you thought was a good idea, but you're now very self-conscious because you're now on the train, and those really massive eyelashes that are bright pink now fucking seem like a bad idea.
Yeah, that's totally true. You're like covered in glitter, and then you're like, hang on a second, people are going out for like,
these are normal people that are coming home from their fucking day shift, and you're suddenly amongst them all on the tube.
Yeah, totally. I mean, what are you gonna wear for a field day? I'm curious. Are you gonna have big pink eyelashes and covered in glitter?
I think those days are done. A bit of that at Glastonbury, don't get me wrong, because it is Glastonbury, but I feel like for a day rave, I think I might just go quite comfortable, because it might rain. I want to sit on the floor. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to need time to like, I don't want to get, I just think something quite comfortable rather than looking really cool. That's how I know I've changed, because back in the day I would have planned my outfit. It would have been something new. It would have been something fucking amazing and over the top and glitzy and all that. And now I'm like, I don't need to be that person that everyone looks at. I want to be the person that just zones out and raves and has a good time without being covered in sequins.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, you used to have I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but you used to have the fucking outfits, to end all outfits, man. Like the
Well,
big wedding
mate,
dress at Secret Garden, the huge wedding dress that you got in a charity shop, right?
no, actually, Secret Garden Party years ago, the theme was weddings,
Yeah, I
and I
remember.
saw it on eBay. There was a wedding dress; it was dead cheap. So I messaged the woman, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to post it to you." She posted me a massive meringue wedding dress, but she said I've got loads of other stuff as well. She sent me loads of other dresses. She sent me loads of flower headdresses.
Oh yeah.
And that was before everyone wore flower headdresses. And I gave them all out to everyone that we were with, and everyone was wearing them. And I really do think I started the trend of the flower headdresses for festivals. I fucking did. Because no one was wearing them before. It was just that this woman had them left over from like a wedding. And there was loads of them, and she gave them to me. Everyone wore them, so I started that trend.
You're so deluded. I feel like Florence and the Machine started that trend.
It was before Florence and the Machine, mate. Fucking hell. Like, we
Mm.
were partying way before Florence and the Machine. And also, I don't think she even wears flowers around her head.
I've got a picture of like in my mind of her with flowers around her head. Is that even her? I don't know. Maybe like an
No.
album cover or something. Anyway, okay, cool. Yeah, you started the flower
I
thing.
started the trend. But there was funny, actually, because they talk about, like, outfits for a festival, like a date. Festival/day festival. I worked in Brixton, and there's a charity shop, and they put the most amazing jumpsuit that was brand new on a model, like the mannequin in the front window. I went in there and I was like, oh, can I buy that? They're like, no, it's on display for 2 weeks. Put your name in a book, and then at the end we'll call you. So I was pretty sure I think I was like second on the list. But then I made all of my employees, I was the manager, I made them all go in and put their name on the list as well, because I was scared that I might not pick up the phone to it. Because they said what we'll do is we'll ring the first number. If they don't pick up, we'll ring the second number. So I got all the girls in my office to put the number down.
No way.
Anyway, I kept going in there, and I was literally like up against the glass looking at it. Online, it was brand new, it was 140 quid, right? It was my size, it was amazing. So I was like longing for this
brand?
outfit. I don't know, it was like a designer thing. I'll show it to you one day, it's fucking sick. So anyway, about 2 weeks later, I'm watching this thing non-stop pretty much out the window of my office because I'm obsessed. After 2 weeks, Ella, that I work with, comes running in. They're taking down the mannequin. They're taking down the mannequin. I was like, ugh. She goes, give me your card. She goes running in there for me. Anyway, they'd lost the book. So she goes in and goes, can I get the thing of the mannequin? And they were like, oh, where's the book? They couldn't find the book. So she said, please. She had my bank card. It was 20 quid. And she got it for me, and came rushing back in. And honestly, I fucking love it. But it would be too much to wear to a day rave. It's full on sequins. It would be embarrassing, I think. But ideally, that's what I'd like to wear every day in life.
Oh, I feel like that's you inside.
It was
like,
meant to be, and therefore that
right.
outfit is a little bit of me. Do you know what I mean? When I wear it, I only wear it at Glastonbury, but I fucking love it.
Oh, I love it.
So anyway, I don't know. Going back to that, I don't know what I'm going to wear. Probably something quite low key, but
Something
maybe with some
comfortable.
wellies. Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, the rain. Just in case, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the one to have sloppy feet. You know what? Like something has actually happened to me recently. Well, you know this because you've heard my dilemmas about footwear recently. Basically, I have done something really crazy for me and I say crazy for me because, as you know, I'm like a sneaker freak. I love my shoes, love my trainers. Like in our house in Brixton, I had like a 4x4 like sort of box, like display box for all of my trainers.
It wasn't 4x4. It was much bigger than that.
Really?
I think it held about 24 shoes.
Yeah, it was massive. It was like a big like display kind of like thing for all my trainers.
Shoes. It was a shoe stand.
Shoe stand, cube sort of stack thing. Anyway, yeah, and I just invested in a pair of Vivo barefoot shoes, which are actually more expensive than like any of those banging beautiful trainers, and they're not even like very aesthetically pleasing. They're
Well, do
kind
you
of
want to tell
ugly, to
people
be
what that
honest.
is for the normal people that won't know what these weird shoes are?
Oh, right. Well, they are shoes which are really fucking comfortable. They're designed so it feels like you are standing kind of like on the ground and not with a big old bouncy platform that most like Nike, Adidas, whatever trainers have. And basically they're designed to let your feet breathe and your toes move. Because if you look at most trainers that are like sexy, they kind of bring your toes in at the front and they crush your toes a little bit. Like I never really noticed that because I was so accustomed to them. But now wearing these where they have like what they call like a wide toe box, you can actually wriggle your toes around inside and it feels so good. It's like freedom for the feet. Anyway, I wore them yesterday for the first time all day and I honestly, it's such a good feeling. But they're kind of butters, to be honest. They're not very nice. And like these ones I got, for example, are 170 pounds, which is a lot for a pair of trainers you don't think look good. But they feel amazing. So I'm now that girl. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, look, mate, you're talking to the girl that loves a pair of Crocs. So for 40 quid, you get yourself a nice pair of Crocs. Your toes are not getting squashed in a pair of Crocs. And they are the most comfortable shoes you could ever wear. I saw a guy at Glastonbury in them and I said to him, "You're comfortable, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I thought, fucking jammy bugger, I wish I bought mine.
I nearly bought some Crocs actually the other day in Sports Direct, but I was like, they're not practical. The ones I wanted to have a little bit of a platform and they are, they're just not practical for like travelling around with. They're quite chunky. But
they are
I
quite
like
chunky,
them.
but you could stuff things in them and then put them in your suitcase maybe.
Yeah, they're lightweight. Kind of.
They are
I don't know.
lightweight.
Anyway,
And
how
they go in the
fuck have we got
dishwasher.
here? Really?
Yeah, you can put Crocs in the dishwasher.
Oh my God, you love to put everything in the dishwasher. I see you always putting your shit in the dishwasher, like your toothbrush and what else have I seen you cleaning in
Dishes.
Yeah, obviously, but yeah. All right, put your shoes in there as well. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, anyway, I just can't believe how life has changed and how grown up I am that I have gone and bought some. Can I just clarify, by the way, they're not the fucking shoes with the individual toes. I have not gone that far. Like,
Which is what I thought you were talking about when you first told me about them.
no fucking way. I immediately was like, no fucking way. I'm not crazy.
Who
Like,
thinks that they're
no.
a good idea? Who thinks that's the shoe that I want? The one that separates all my toes individually into little pockets so that I can have the space between my toes.
Little shoe glove, little foot gloves. But the thing is about them, right, is actually it's really good for you to separate.
No, it may be good for your
toes.
back or whatever, but it ain't good for your love life or anything else around you.
It's awful. It looks so bad.
What would you do if you went on a date and the person turned up with those shoes where your toes are in
Honestly,
each
I would
little
really,
thing?
really, 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 really struggle to look past it.
Yeah, same.
I would really struggle to look at them at all.
I would turn around and walk back out because I feel like if you're okay with them, what else are you okay with?
Yeah, like I got a pair that look as close as I possibly could to a pair of normal trainers. Like they're not great, but they're not fucking toe shoes. And toe shoes, you have to have individual toe socks, special socks to wear with them as well. So it's a real
yeah.
fucking investment. Like, anyway, no, it's a no. Anyway, wouldn't be anyway, barefoot shoes to the rave. Who knows? Maybe in the future.
So field day almost didn't go ahead. There's quite a few contributing factors, but it looks like it is happening now. I mean, the rain is the last of the problems. It was loads of different things. DJs pulling out and the residents around Brockwell Park in Brixton have gone mad about all the events that are happening there. And they've actually they've actually taken the organisers and they've actually taken, I think, Lambeth Council to court and they won over all the events that are happening there. So, yeah, did you see that in the news recently?
I saw it. Yeah, I immediately thought, fuck, like of all the people I know that are going to different like parties there. Yeah, like shit.
So,
Yeah.
I understand it to a point because I worked in Brixton for 9 years and they are really loud. However, they are daytime. And I feel like it's a bit of a cheek, really, because a park is for everybody to enjoy. It doesn't take up the whole park. It brings people to an area that they may not have gone to otherwise. It brings people together. I mean, it's bringing in money into the economy. And people need somewhere to party and rave and be together and celebrate. And a park doesn't belong to just the residents of that area. So we don't know what the future will be for it. And who knows, they'll probably win. I know what the residents of Brixton are like. A lot of them are like lawyers and solicitors and people that have the ability to fight the council. But I think it's a bit of a piss take. We need somewhere to have fun. And just because your garden backs onto it, because you can afford to live there, doesn't mean that we all need to suffer and because of you. So I can imagine this is going on throughout the whole of the UK in different parks. There's always going to be disgruntled residents. But in this case, they have actually won. And the future of events in Brockwell Park is in jeopardy.
Oh man. Actually, Ashley showed me a picture of he was like, have you seen the people that are actually campaigning? They've done like a promo shot of them all like stood.
Oh.
Like it's the cast of EastEnders or something, like a
Oh, have
promo shot, but they're all
they?
stood there like looking mean with their like posters, and it's literally the biggest group of Karens you've ever
Yeah. Are
seen.
they all like white middle class? I could
Yeah.
just imagine.
100%. What was actually funny is I then immediately said, "Oh, actually, this looks like probably what the passengers are going to look like on my trip." And then I realized I'd done that thing again where I brought it back to me.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I could just imagine. I mean, there's real reasons to protest, and there's real issues going on, and I fully understand and appreciate when people want to. But for this, it's like, oh, come on! Like, it's at the weekends. It's in the summer. It's daytime. It's not nighttime. I think you find with most events, people are in a good mood and a happy mood. It doesn't tend to bring trouble. Okay, yes, there's every time now and again there's something that goes down, but really, as a whole, it's a really positive thing. And we, the ravers, the people that attend these events, need somewhere to go and let off steam and have fun. And just because your back garden backs onto it, it's just not fair that we have to suffer for it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this going forward. But I hope that the future of it, they're not cancelled, and that we can carry on going to events outside in different parks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're letting off steam. They're just doing it in a different way, right? They're downing red wine every night and
Yeah.
cheating on their partners, probably.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a different way. You know what? Like, I think I totally agree with everything you're saying, especially as someone who appreciates like what raving, what music, what partying, like what the community, like being in a space like that, dancing, all of that, like what actually that can do for your mental, physical, emotional well-being, right? And if you've never experienced that, what I guess they are experiencing and what they're seeing is a load of drunk people, a load of people on drugs, a load of people pissing on the street, as what
Yeah.
I'm hearing reports of. They don't understand, so they only see the negative. If they haven't, and I'm imagining this is the case for most of them, they've probably never experienced it for the good reasons, like the good things from it.
Yeah, that's so true.
They can only relate to the bad, and so they're just seeing it through a completely different lens, and they're just like, go do your partying, druggy, weird festival shits elsewhere, because they just can't relate. I think that's all it is, probably.
Well, it's a fucking piss take, and so when I go there, I'll make sure I piss on their gardens.
You should.
And then you can imagine a photo of me the next day. This is why they're fighting. This is what they've had enough of, and it's me with my glitzy, bloody sequined outfit, pulling my bum out and pissing on their fucking garden gate.
Your glowing white ass
Yeah.
in the press, in the metro.
I thought you were going to say your glow sticks, but yeah, no, my glowing white ass.
Your glow sticks, pissing with your glow sticks.
What a funny thing to call my legs.
Lol.
Just this little thing that I was thinking today about day raves and how fun they are. Like, I just had a funny story that came to mind, which is actually quite shocking, to be honest. But that's what we're here for with Crave the Rave. We love to reminisce and we love to tell you stories. But I remember we were at a festival in Finsbury Park, and Mel, who's a listener of the show, and we love Mel.
Not just a listener, a guest.
A guest on our show, was absolutely off her nut. You can imagine this of Mel. She noticed that there was a man in front of us dancing who had a wig on, but not a fun wig, not a party wig, a real wig. And she went, look at him in his wig. And she ran over and she pulled his wig off his head.
No.
Yeah, and he was shocked and it was mad. And I literally had to turn around and walk off. I couldn't bear the outcome of seeing this little bald patch, well, big bald patch, and this wig. And she was like, oh, sorry. I thought you were doing it for a laugh. But it wasn't a laugh. It was completely and utterly a real wig of him trying to disguise the fact that he was bald. So basically, she made him come out to his mates as a bald man.
Oh, no. So it was like a toupee? Is that what you call it? Like a toupee?
Yeah.
Not like a full wig. It was like a little bald patch cover-up.
Yeah, and she pulled it off.
She gets herself in a lot of weird situations. This is the same girl that had the beef with the fucking guy with the water gun. Like, She's a fucking liability, but I love her.
Yeah, anyway, I thought I'd share that with you because that's what I think about day raves. And the other thing I think about is about back in the day when we used to go to homelands. We've talked about this before, but we used to go down there and then there wasn't anywhere to camp. It was a day rave and a night rave, but there was nowhere to camp. So you were literally doing all day and all night until the morning when the coaches started again to pick you up at 6 a.m. And that's the first time you really sat down somewhere comfortable and had a minute, because prior to that, you were just raving in a field all day and all night, and it got cold and there was no chill out areas or anything like that. You're just in a tent, big tent, or, you know, whatever, raving. So I'm glad that festivals have come on to a point where they realise what people need, and it's a day festival, or it's a festival with camping and everything else about it. And, you know, I'm glad that I'm now part of this era where I've evolved and I've changed, and I want to go to a festival that finishes at a decent time, but I want to rave and have all the fun about it. And it's nice that the event industry and the nightclubs and everything are on board with that and allowing that to happen, because I think people don't want to give up raving, but they also don't want to give up a night's sleep. So it's nice that these exist. So that's why we need people from the residents around Brockwell Park to fuck off, because we need somewhere to let off our steam and have fun and go home for a decent time. So next time we record, I'll tell you how it went. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll let you know. So I might pop some Crave the Rave cards up and about, see if you see any of them. Let us know. Ooh. And and I'm looking forward to chatting shit to probably a few of the listeners that are going there.
Yeah. You know what? Like, one of the best day festivals I ever went to was Hospitality in the Park. And I loved it because it was never just like a few tents popped up. It was like, there was like a chill area. There was like some kind of like, there was some rides. There was like some like more like, I don't know, like quirky, like there was like an immersive thing. Like you could get on this like, I don't even know, platform, and there was like an MC competition. People were jumping up and like, it was just like fun. There was, you were never bored and feeling like cattle, because that is the thing I want to say about day raves. Often, maybe more so in the past, I know we've certainly felt like this at day raves before. Some of those those day festivals in East London that we've been to, back in the day, it always used to just feel like you were fucking cattle. You were just queued for ages, got in, and then it was just one big tent, another big tent, maybe another small tent, and then just endless queues.
And tokens.
Queues for the bar, queue for tokens, endless queue for the bar, and then like one toilets with like loads of cubicles, massive queues. Like it was always just like not that fun. Like it was, yes, there was good music. Yes, you had fun with your mates, but it wasn't designed to be like a great experience.
It out now. I think that they've sorted it out. I'll let you know from what field day's like, but I think they've sort of worked it out a bit better now, so that it isn't so much like that. I mean, I might be wrong. I haven't been to one in ages, but I feel like to keep those things going, they need to have adjusted to what people want. And I do think it feels a little less like that. But who knows? Who knows? I'll let you know once I go on Saturday.
All right, mate. I look forward to hearing. Hope you have the best time. I love that you guys are just going to go, get on it, crack on, and then just get into bed for 12. Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll watch this space. Let's hope that happens.
I know. Famous Last Words going with the fucking raving cousins as well. But
I know.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, I wish you were coming with me, but obviously you are tour guiding, so I know you'll keep us posted on that, and hopefully we can do a day rave together once you're back in the summer.
Yes, when I get back, I'll like have got the first one out of the way, and I'll be less stressed, and I can focus more on the podcast as well, and we can get more episodes out for you guys.
So thank you everyone for listening. Thanks for holding tight. We know it's been a long time. We're going to try and get some more out, but Lara's going to be back tour guiding. I'm going to be recovering, and we'll try and get another one out to you guys soon. Love you lots.
I'm a tour leader, not a tour guide, but okay, yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.